Hello, everybody. So, my name is Elizabeth Giles, and I am coming to you live from the Stampin' Unicorns craft room here today for World Card Making Day. So, I am really excited to show you. I am a night owl, like I stay up all night, and I was working on a different project, so I got up early today to get this project going for you guys. So, I hope you like it. Just like everybody else said, when I put the video down, you're going to see a host code. If you would like to order, you can surely order from me at elizabethgiles.stampinup.net. And then I also am under the name Stampin' Unicorns on several other things. So hopefully we will get going here. And I'm going to go ahead and flip you around. And here we go. So close your eyes if you get dizzy. All right, let's get it in position. Here we go. So you can kind of see that there. All right. So here's my unique host code if you're in the United States. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I am from Marshfield, Wisconsin, right in the middle of Wisconsin. So if you hear a little bit of a accent there, and I see some people popping on. Hi, Katie. Hi, Julie. Ohio. Go Ohio. So I'm going to show you a quick peek of my card. Ooh, look at that. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I am going to be using Forever Fern and the coordinating dies. Look at this die pack, right? You can get this in a bundle. It comes with this awesome paper. I'm not using the DSP tonight, but you can surely take a look at that and see if it works for you. I am going to do a bright colored card. And it's not really a special fold or anything like that, but it is a little unique. So obviously I'm using dimensions for the United States. So my card base is 5.5 by 8.5. And then this is the thick whisper white. I know somebody else talked about that before. You want to use your thick whisper white for your card base because it's a lot sturdier. We don't want to give somebody a flimsy card. So first I'm going to score it because our thick whisper white really needs to be scored. And I think my camera might be, oh well, we'll just leave it there. It'll be okay. I'll move my stuff over. It's a little dark in the corner. But okay, so scoring at 4 1/4. And if you guys don't have this paper trimmer yet, you definitely got to look at getting it because it is amazing. Okay, so we scored it at 4 1/4. And then when you fold this, I want a little peekaboo to show through. So I'm going to cut off 1/2 inch. And what's nice with our paper trimmer here is you have the inch mark on this side and this side. So you can easily shimmy this in here and then use the dark one. Somebody the other day said, dark is death. That means that you will cut with that one. All right, so here we go. So when you fold this, you're just gonna have this little area right there, right? Staring at my necklace. Thank you, it was a unicorn, right? Okay, so back to the card here. My favorite new color is Magenta Madness. And so I really wanted to bring this in, and I just love the pop of color here. So this is our DSP. This is the 6x6 ink color pack. You get all the different ink colors and many different designs. And I really like using this because you get a lot of the same pattern. So if you're making multiples or if you scrapbook, I scrapbook, so I like having multiple patterns. All right. So we're just going to take this little strip here and we'll cut it down so that it fits inside. So this is 1 inch wide and we cut off 1/2 inch. Now to me, 1 inch is just a little bit too big. So we're going to do 3/4 inch. See how slick that works there? And then this is going to go inside the whole length of the card, so 5.5. Now I always, if I'm going to stamp something on the inside of my card, I do that first, because if I mess up, 9 times out of 10, I can redo it, or it's kind of like, you know, you don't want to finish the whole front of the card and then screw up the inside. So I like to stamp the inside first. These are the colors that we're using on the card. So Sahara Sand, Pretty Peacock, Magenta Madness, and Just Jade. I mean, just look at these colors, right? So the Sahara Sand is going to be like our off tone. These are going to be what's really going to stand out and shine. So Pretty Peacock, Magenta Madness, and Just Jade. And then we're going to use, like I said, we're using the Forever Fern. How many of you guys have this? I didn't buy this. My sister actually did. And I said, I want to borrow that. And now I'm going to buy it too. So we have these, I don't know, it's just like a bunch of leaves, a sprig. And then we have this like berry type leaves. So those are going to be pink. And then our last leaf is somewhere. Okay, well, oh, there it is. I was cleaning them off and I lost it, is this lovely green. So like I said, we're just going to stamp the inside. Let's get that guy out of the way. And the really nice thing about these is it gives you all the detail without you having to do a lot of the work. So how easy was that, right? And look at that awesome detail in that imagery. And now we're going to add this on. And I like to use the green glue, although I've been using it a lot today. Okay, let's grab out another green glue. It's just a small commercial break. No worries. Okay, green glue. If you guys don't have this stuff, it's like magic whenever you're doing embossing or anything like that. All right, easy peasy. There we go. I knew I was on the verge of it running out, and you know it's always going to run out when you absolutely are doing something super important, right? So I chose to do the word side. And we're gonna, I love the contrast of the white and the magenta. And then I just run it down and make sure that I don't have anything to snip off. That looks good. So that's the inside of the card so far. Now the outside, we're bringing in a stamp that I haven't used in a while. It's the birch. Now I wanna not have like this plain white front, right? So we are going to do the birch. And this is where our neutral color comes in, Sahara Sand. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this. And the nice thing about this is if you mess it up, it don't matter, right? You can't really tell. So we're going to stamp that on the front. I'm going to turn it around because I want this at the top. And let's just set it right on there. And then we're going to just rub it. I have a scrap piece of paper here so I don't get my fingers inky. And give it a little love, and this is what it looks like right now. So that looks really nice. And I just wanted to put a little bit more loving into the front. So we're going to use a sponge. So this is what I do with my sponges. I get them and I cut them. And then I put this little thing on so that my fingers don't get all dirty. So we're just going to add a little bit of color so it's not stark white on the front. And those of you who know me know that I absolutely love to add layers. I love tone on tone. So this definitely represents my layers and textures aspect of things. Take a look at that, right? And that really makes this magenta pop as well. All right. So now we have our card base. And the other nice thing is we didn't have to add a whole nother layer here. We have that little bit there. And now we're gonna build on this. I gotta get my bone folder. Here it is. Quit popping up on me. There we go. That's a lot better, right? Okay, so next we're bringing in the shimmer paper. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer or not. The shimmer paper is slightly off-white, and so I thought it really complemented the colors here. And so the shimmer paper, we are stamping our images on, right? Sorry, you guys, that it was just bugging me. There we go. So we're going to stamp. Oh my gosh, that is just so beautiful. I mean, it's so easy to stamp these. You really can't mess them up unless you ink them too much. But look at that, right? That just looks amazing. And then these awesome dies, cut them right out. So that goes over that. And so if you're doing this at a class or something like that, they can cut all three of these out at once, right? So it makes it super easy for your customers to be able to do this project without having to run things through multiple times. And if you guys don't have the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I highly recommend it. It is so smooth to work with, like you barely even know it's there. I mean, literally, look at that. I already cut them out. That is some TV magic right there, right? So you can just see a little bit of shimmer on those. Now the next thing, the next element we have is going to be a piece of just jade. This is 1 inch wide, and then it's by 3 3/4 because it's going to go across our card front here and act like a base. So this is where everything is going to be held down to, you know, secured to. And so we'll just set that there right now. I want to finish stamping. We're bringing in this Sahara sand again, and we're using the Love and Laughter Forever After. Because who doesn't have fall weddings that they're invited to? I know I was invited to one and couldn't go, or we didn't go because with the COVID stuff, there's restrictions. But anyhow, and right now, like there is a whole thing with doing fussy cutting. You guys, if you know me at all, I do not care for fussy cutting, but it's been a whole like trend right now to kind of have this imagery like this. And so we're just going to go over it. And I'm going to show you what a difference this does make versus having it as a block style. If we would have it as a block style, it definitely would not give the same effect. And those of you who don't fussy cut a lot, I tend to hold my scissors still, and then I try and move my paper around. Around. My husband thinks I say that word funny. Okay. So there's our saying. And we like dimension, right? Dimension. So we got to pop dot that baby. Did I put all my pop dots away? I was cleaning up for you guys, you know. Here we go. Dimensionals. And I am not going to be chintzy. But what I am going to tell you, this is going to hang off the side of the card. So I'm going to put them not like evenly. We want to leave that open. Okay, let's set that guy down. We are done with this. We're done with that. If you guys are like me, I have to close my ink pads, otherwise I will get my whole hand in them. Okay, so the last one we need is the Just Jade. This here, we're going to add a little texture to it because it's kind of boring just sitting there. So we're using the Subtles embossing folder. So we'll just put that straight in here. Now, if you are like me and you have the old embossing folders, this one is a little thicker. So when you use your machine, it tells you on here what you should be using. So it would tell you to use 2 plates, but with the thicker ones, you don't have to use 2 plates, you just use 1. So, oh, sorry. Yeah, or with the other ones, like if I had bought this after the new year, I would use that other plate that comes with it. So let's put that through, and oh, look at that, right? Very subtle, nice. Now we're going to give it a little bit of a boost, just bring out that texture. If you don't have sponge daubers, you need to get them. They come 5 in a pack. Guess how many ink colors there are? 5. So whenever I buy my new ink colors, I buy a pack of sponge daubers and I label the outside big. So look at how that just made that pop right there, right? And I was just gonna grab a bag so I could show you guys. So here it says ink color 19 to 21 sponge daubers. There's 5 of them. So you know when you need that color, you just grab that. Hello, Christina Nicolason. All right. So now I think we have all of our elements we need to finish building this card. Of course, we're going to bring in a couple other embellishments, but we have all of our stamping done. So that means this goes away. Oh, almost all the stamping. Ooh, yes, we have one other thing to show you. Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and we're going to put it kind of towards the bottom here. Green glue to the rescue. So the reason why I like my green glue, especially on the embossing, is because it gets in all those nooks and crannies. And sometimes when you do embossing, it tends to curl or come up a little bit easier when you're adding a layer. So definitely utilize that green glue. And don't be afraid of it, okay? It dries clear. All right, now we're gonna add our different layers to the back here. So you can kind of lay them out. I think I trimmed the stem on this one because I didn't want it to overtake that one. So and the one other thing, when you're putting these down, you don't have to put glue all the way to the top because that is going to flare up. Like once we have everything down, we can push them up. All right, what are you guys thinking so far? What do you think of these colors? What's your favorite ink color? Because all 3 of these are ink colors. They're just not the same ink color family. They're pretty close though. Okay. All right. Here we go. Right? That birch does really just make that whole difference right there. Okay. So we're going to let those just tacky down. Now we're going to add a little slice of this awesome magenta ribbon. The one thing I absolutely love that Stampin' Up! Does is they have ribbon in all of the ink colors because they're only here for a short time. So we got to get them, use them and abuse them. Now on my first card, I used the green glue to put my ribbon down and it kind of seeped through because it's not a very thick ribbon. So then I decided to use glue dots and we will see. Now these glue dots are not our normal glue dots, right? They are from past paper pumpkin kits. So that's why you'll see they have these covers on them. And I just use my pokey tool. All right. So this edge is already angled, so we're gonna go ahead and put that edge over this way. That's a good way to utilize your ribbon. You can keep it attached. Look, it's still attached. Now I'm gonna snip it off the side there. And those of you who don't have these big scissors, the snips work too. You just wanna keep a separate ribbon scissors versus your paper scissors, because your paper will dull your scissors a little bit and you don't get those crisp cuts. All right, so the last little thing here, not the last, I should say, the next thing we're gonna do is add our seine. And so there's, and I'll show you, I did this 2 different ways. Maybe I should put it up here on this one. Yeah, okay. So up here, now we have to add a little bit more glitz, right? Because this is a wedding card and it's love, and love is super amazing and everybody wants it and everybody deserves it. So let's add a little bling. If you guys do not have these, I don't know if my camera's focusing, but they are super cool. There we go. Maybe that's better. I don't know. They're called Elegant Faceted Gems, and they come, this is clear. This is a white with glitter, and then these are like a champagne-y kind of, but they're all like faceted. So we're taking and adding a couple here. Let me see. We'll add a big one over here. And one there. And another one over here. And then lastly, on this card, we need to add some Winka Stella, right? Because Winka Stella you can just put everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, so I want to highlight the love and laughter. And you want to use a light hand when you're going over this ink because it will smudge. So make sure you don't have your Winka Stella too wet. And same thing with here. We're just going to add a little bit of more shimmer to the dark areas. And then we will fluff the card. All right, almost done here. So that looks good. And then we'll fluff the card, just bringing up those leaves. That's why we didn't put the amazing green glue everywhere. And just give it a little bit more dimension. All right. Now, last but not least for this, we want to have that awesome envelope, right? Now, I like to stamp on my envelopes. We're not going to use DSP, but we just take like an old postcard or something like that and just stamp on there. It's pretty easy with these stamps. I mean, you're not going to do anything wrong. You just stamp away. I like to kind of double it up in some spots. Yeah, I said we were done, right? Let's get our pink because the magenta is amazing. Get that right in there. And then we'll come in with the pretty peacock. And then if you noticed, oops, that's the wrong stamp. If you noticed, we had fun little facts and what kind of cards we all like to make. And I like to make 3x3 cards. So let me show you a couple of those. There we go. Yeah, whatever, right? How pretty does that look? Oh, and then we can even do one on the front, right? Boom. So they will think that you are amazingly wicked. Look at that. Now I'm going to just put this ink pad away real quick and grab the 3x3 cards that I made. So this set, I mean, you can really do just basic things with it. Here's the just basic white cardstock for all of these. I just stamped it and did kind of a little piece of DSP and that and popped it up. And then this one, same thing, just stamped it, cut that saying out. And then this, I colored the pearls. So don't forget, you can color anything with your blends, your Stampin' Blends. And this one, I stamped the whole background and added some bling to it. So yeah, that is my whole thing here for what I have. Now, don't forget, anybody who orders, you will get the PDF of all of the projects that all the presenters made. So make sure to go to my website and order. So it's elizabethgiles.stampinup.net, or you can go to my Facebook page or wherever and you can get there too. Anybody who orders from me, I always put your name in for a stamp set. Every 2 weeks, I give away a stamp set. And then I also do a preferred customer card as well. So if you have any questions or anything, please let me know. And oh yeah, I do Facebook Lives on Tuesday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And yeah, other than that, I think that's all I have for you guys tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you very much.